Jill here, Special Needs Mom Talks. Hope you're having a decent weekend. It's Saturday night. I'm sitting in the parking lot of our local grocery store. I got to go pick up my son, who independently is walking around one of our local towns, experiencing their Christmas festivities. So hopefully that's going to go well. Love the independence. And yeah. So what I wanted to share first off is just this egoic battle I've had with myself about making these videos. I've just tried to make one as consistently as possible, whether I want to or not. I felt quote unquote called to do it, to come on here as real and raw as I could be, because I have the unique experience. It's not unique, but from my perspective as a unique human, it's my unique perspective, but of a special needs parent that also has special needs of her own, coming on here to talk to you from my heart about the parent caregiver experience from my perspective. No holds barred, no makeup or whatever I have on, just showing up, having the message being the guts of it or whatever. So a lot lately, I'm like, oh, I'm probably like driving everybody crazy. I don't have anything to say. This isn't going to help me in my future. People think I'm crazy. You know, all these like little jabs that I'm observing. And I really think it's an egoic battle to get our truths out. And, you know, I want to say I don't care about whether people like me or not, but of course I do on some level, but I really am coming on here as much for myself as for anybody else, just stepping up, facing my fears and speaking what I've experienced. I think we need to capture this. And I think the parent caregiver experience is often suppressed, or people are afraid to really speak because it may, you know, affect their offspring in some negative way or their situation in some negative way. And so we're never going to learn from that perspective unless someone takes the risk to speak out loud. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to keep making them when I have the energy and sharing really as much as I can from my freaking heart. So that's what I'm doing here. And the other rant I had to go on was the professionals that work with let's just put it under the umbrella of intellectual disability population, no matter what, you know, overriding diagnosis or how many they've slapped on. The professionals that work with this population possibly not having the lived experience, the immersive experience of what it's like day in, day out, the variables, the strains, the stressors, just the warrior aspect of being a special needs caregiver that cannot be communicated adequately to those professionals that are here to quote unquote help us. One of my friends was taking her son, who has an intellectual disability, is nonverbal, getting him some help in a local clinic, and being seen by a psychiatrist or professional that was right out of school, very young, and really trying to give her parenting skills. And she was talking to me about this and feeling that there was just not a lot of respect given. Like there's this assumption that we don't know, you know, we're too traumatized, we're too effed up, we've effed up our kids somehow to really have any understanding of what they need. It's like they know how to tell us what to do. And on some level, they've learned a lot that can be helpful. It needs to be a partnership, an equal back and forth. And I don't see that happening a lot. And I really feel that it should be a requirement that people undergo when they're training for these roles, some kind of immersive experience. I mean, I don't think, for instance, my partner had any understanding of the things that were happening other than to judge them from a very black and white, programmed, what he'd known about special needs individuals' perspective. And you know, just not capturing the day in, the day out way it wears you down, the way the systems don't really support the human, and just how everyone suffers. And I really feel like there's a huge missing piece here that I'm not going to stop talking about, that these professionals, I respect the education, the passion, the devotion they have to helping and us all gaining awareness and evolving. But please have respect for the parent caregiver that is walking through this day by day, sometimes hanging by a thread, and often has far more insight than you could ever imagine if you just put your guard down and listen, and you can help too. We can all work together, hand over hand together. But there's this whole thing that we got to dance through, and it's really getting tiresome, and it's not helping us. So that's my rant for tonight. Peace out, y'all.